Hello everyone, my name's Dr. Paul Rose. What I'd like to talk to you about in this video is less about the subject-specific information that you've engaged with, but more about the transferable skills and the soft skills that you have developed during your time progressing through the course. So firstly, congratulations on finishing the course. You've learned a lot of useful and important skills, and you can now go and apply those skills to the wider world and to your day jobs. But what about other skills that you've now acquired? These transferable skills that might help you in terms of how you interact with other people, how you disseminate information, and how you portray the information that you've learned to the wider world. It's important not to do down these softer transferable skills, because they make you stand out from the crowd. They will help you develop your CV, they will help you be more convincing in arguments, and they might just help you convince future employers that you're worthy of that position that you've always wanted. So these soft skills are things like how you engage with academic writing, how you evaluate and critically analyse information that you're presented with. These soft skills are also to do with the reading material that you've been presented with and how you can assimilate that information and present it to a non-scientific audience, for example. Soft skills also include debate and discussion with your peers. How might you go about convincing your peers of your side of the argument in a professional and objective manner? Think about explaining these soft skills to people that might be interested in what you have to offer to them, their business, their organisation in the future. Build yourself a LinkedIn profile that not only showcases the academic and technical knowledge and skills you have, but also expresses things that you have done that are transferable. Time management, good writing skills, engagement with software such as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, any statistical packages that might be relevant to you. And think about how you might be able to develop your CV according to these different areas of soft and transferable skills that are fitting to the jobs that you might want to apply for. Don't forget the opportunities that you have had to network with your peers on the programme, but also with the people that have taught you and have delivered the lectures and activities. All of these people can help you in the future. They will continue to be useful in terms of the information they can provide, the doors they might open, but also in terms of mentoring or helping you develop skills that you think you might need further. So do continue to engage with your peers, keep in contact with them, listen to their help, needs, advice, offer each other support, and therefore build a community that will allow you to keep networking and to develop skills even further. If you think about your CV, which is your advert for the future, always remember to keep it up to date. Have a working copy that contains all of the skills, knowledge and experiences that you've gained, but also have CVs that are tailored to particular jobs that you might want to apply for. Think about what employers are looking for in terms of the role that is being offered, and tailor your advert of your own skills and experience to that job application. It's really important to remember that things you have done around your course of study are what make you stand out from the crowd. So don't just rely on your subject-specific experience. If there's anything that you can think of that shows you've done a little bit more than others that are also applying for that job, then you stand a better chance of being looked upon favourably by a potential employer. So any extra reading, any information you've gleaned in your own time, anything practical that you can do, anything where you've gone above and beyond what you've simply had to do to cover your coursework, are all good things to consider, including in a CV, including in a job application, and maybe explaining as particularly desirable skills that you might have on your LinkedIn profile. And for those of you that are more research driven or potentially academic, also think about engaging with ResearchGate, which is the online academic research platform, a bit like Facebook for a scientist, that allows you to share your academic work, your research outputs, and other types of skills that are important in science and development.
Subject-specific knowledge is awesome. It tells the world what you know about a particular topic. But we must add to it with the transferable skills that have been developed by your programme of study. So what I'm going to do now at the end of this video is just summarise the key points that I've mentioned. Remember to add to your subject-specific knowledge by demonstrating and illustrating your transferable skills, your soft skills that have been developed by the academic and course-related activities that you have engaged in. Firstly, build your network group, and do that by keeping in touch with your peers and colleagues. They can support you and you can support them. They will be an amazing network of advice, useful contacts, potential CPD, continuing professional development opportunities, and other pieces of wisdom that you might not know you need now, but you probably need to engage with in the future. Keep a working copy of your CV and make sure it remains up to date. Have a CV of all of your achievements, of all of your qualifications, of all of your employment history, and tailor that CV for specific job applications that you might think about applying for. If you keep your CV up to date, as soon as you do something new or learn something new, that will help you with life admin more generally. Think about presenting yourself professionally on platforms such as LinkedIn. A strong LinkedIn profile that explains who you are, what you have done, where you have worked, and your skills and experiences can open doors to potential employers. Be professional. Don't make things up. Don't brag too much. Remember to present the person that you want to be professionally to the area of work that you hope to be employed in. If you're more academically minded and you're interested in scientific inquiry, or you would like to have a research position in the future, think about joining specialised platforms such as ResearchGate. Here you can share scientific outputs of your own, but also you get to read the work of others for free. People will upload their papers, articles, theses, conference presentations, all sorts of academic and research-led outputs. That is a wealth of information that you can engage with to develop your skills and knowledge further. So remember to continually engage with CPD, continuing professional development opportunities. Be those that you find yourself through LinkedIn or ResearchGate or various searches online, to others that come about because you've chatted with your networking group, you've kept in touch with people that you did the course with, and they have shown you good examples of where CPD is currently being offered. So my list of key points for how you've developed so far. Consider what you're good at and consider what you're better at now the course is over. What skills did you start with and how have you been able to make those skills better through the course of the activities that you have engaged with? You're now good at time management. You've been exposed to examples of academic and technical writing, but that's another skill that you have developed, the ability to read, review and understand important technical documents. Reviewing and appraising of scientific outputs is an essential skill for anybody working with data that is then used in policy or practice. So consider how good you are at these type of skills and how you can present that and your experiences to others. You've been able to draw on your own experiences of practice, of policy, of management, of research. So how you evaluate and explain your own competencies is another useful skill that you have developed, which again you can explain and talk about to others as a skill of your own that is valuable. You've been able to summarize technical content for non-specialized audiences. That is essential if you work in conservation, for example. Distilling down scientific information into something that non-specialist audiences understand is integral to getting change to happen. You've also used specific software packages, things like the Microsoft platforms, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Anything that you have engaged with that is involved in computer software and your competencies in it is something to explain to others because it shows you're comfortable with using IT. And in an increasingly virtual world, this use of IT makes you stand out from the crowd. You've also engaged in discussion, debate, and dialogue with others. Consider how you present yourself and your ideas. Be professional at all times, listen and interact with others, take their points on board, and use their ideas and the information you get from this discussion to make your argument stronger. Therefore, when you present your ideas and arguments to others, you can do this in an unbiased, objective, and professional manner. And again, by being able to take on board different ideas and show that you can interact with a range of different demographics will make you stand out from the crowd. You're also open to new ideas and concepts, and you have also engaged in these new concepts and ideas, such as working with others and working independently to achieve a particular goal. And make sure you put this on your CV or your LinkedIn profile. If you're capable of working with others as a group and getting something done and completed successfully, or if you can meet deadlines by working by yourself, it again shows the diversity in your skills as a potential employee. And all of this together means you can meet deadlines, you can multitask, you can work on things in a priority order, and therefore you've got excellent skills that people will be looking for because you can do the subject-specific part of a particular job alongside of all of the other things that come with administration and organisation, using your transferable skills that you have developed. So remember, you have learned from others, you've self-reflected on your own skills, and you can explain to other people, either on your CV or in your LinkedIn profile, why this is important. Go and have a look at the LinkedIn profiles of people that you want to be in the future. See how they present themselves, and think about mirroring or modelling your own explanations of your subject-specific skills and your transferable skills accordingly.
So good luck for the future, and I wish you all of the best in your future application of all of the knowledge, be that subject-specific or transferable skills that you might use in the future. Thank you very much.